Yeah, after you left out of Bible college, how did you start serving God more?
Oh well, it's like after then, I just started doing serving at my home church, and I just about did everything you could think of because you're trying to figure out where do I fit in, what's my
Yeah.
place, what's my giftings, what's my calling. And as you begin to do things, you realize, oh, that ain't that, or you realize, this is what I this is the area where and sometimes when you come out of Bible college, you're so fresh and you want to just preach the gospel all over the earth and all this kind of stuff, and you think that okay, now it starts. No, no, no. You got to still continue to serve, and all those kind of things, and there's a process that you have to go through,
Mm.
that God will take you through, um to make sure that you're ready,
Mm.
because when you serve God, it's a high level of discipline that you have to have. And like I said, there's a loneliness that comes with that a lot of people might would drive them crazy. You're not going to have a lot of friends when you serve the Lord. Because people, I don't even have to say anything about their life, what they're doing. They get mad. I haven't even said anything to you. I haven't even said nothing, but just your very presence convicts them. And so a lot
Mm.
of times what people will do is they'll be mad at you and you ain't even said nothing to them. Or do you just, you're not even looking, not even thinking about them, but it's because the presence of God is in you and it convicts people. It convicts them. And so, I began to serve in many areas. I began to serve in many, many areas. I was an usher. I was a Sunday school teacher on the Sunday school board. Um, just about everything. The only thing I didn't do is sing on the praise team. That's not my. I know already that is not my grace or gifting is not to do that. But any other thing, that's what I began to do, and I began to find, and I began to see the things that God had called me to do, and where my giftings lie. And as I figured that out, then I began to realize that I don't have to do that just because I was asked, what have you. I don't have to, no, I'm not, I don't know. And I don't have to give an explanation as to why. I just know. So I learned what to do when I do, because the thing you got to be careful is when you're in ministry, sometimes, because there's such a lack of people that are faithful and, different things like that. When someone comes around that is, they'll grab a hold of you and want you to do everything and it'll wear you out if you're not careful. So you have to really have boundaries and you have to really protect yourself and, protect that anointing, because you could get wore out really before your time, because the demands of ministry and preaching and teaching, it takes a toll on the physical body. And
Mm.
if you don't take care of yourself, it could take you out of here before your time, because of just the pressure that you deal with, on the physical body. And everybody wants you to pray for them, and I don't mind praying for people. I don't mind visiting the sick, and all that kind of stuff. But you also have to make sure that you take time to take care of yourself and not
Mm.
overextend yourself just because there's a need.
Wow.
That makes sense.
It does, and I think certainly, Paula, I think a lot of people can understand that, and I think that's quality advice as well, because ultimately, we can only be so many places. We're not we're not omnipresent like the one above.
That's right.
So I get that. So